Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley with Haley Stitches, and I'm so excited to be continuing on for my second Flosstube today. I got a really positive response from the first one, so I'm so happy to see more of you subscribe to my channel and interacting with me in the comments. So keep commenting and subscribing if you like what you see. I'm gonna have quite a few things that I'd love to hear your opinions on throughout this video, so stick around and let me know what you think. So to get started, I just wanted to kind of touch base on the projects that I'm working on, and I have all the supplies for a new start hopefully today. So the last time I showed you this one, I have not worked on this one at all. This is just a free pattern on the DMC website called Vintage Yellow Flowers, and I just have had zero time to work on this one, so it's still looking exactly the same. I'm about, I don't know, halfway through, so I'm hoping to get to that one soon. And the other piece that I'm working on and trying to catch up on is the Sew by Row by Lori Holt. So this is my progress here. So you can see I'm down by the spools. I finished up all the irons last night. So last time I was only at the sewing machine, so I've gotten quite a bit done. Either this week or last week is the last row of the stitch along. So I just have a little bit left. I can show you the full pattern here. So all I have left is to finish up the spools and then these fat quarter bundles here. So I'm really excited about finishing this one. I'm excited to take a trip to Michael's and get a frame and then hang it up on this wall back here. I have been kind of collecting some random things, so once I get a couple more pieces, I'll be able to kind of put it up in a gallery style and then have something fun behind me. So I hope you guys will follow with me, and eventually we'll have a full wall back there full of pretty projects and designs. So that's it with my current works in progress. The next piece that I'm going to be working on, I'll insert a picture of it here for you. So I found this pattern on Etsy. It is super cute. I'm so excited to start it. The colors are so fun and bright, and I love that it's kind of quilt inspired a little bit. So I picked up all of my colors here. They're so bright and fun. And then because this pattern is a little bit bigger than what I wanted for my 14 count, I'm actually gonna do an 18 count. So I got an 18 count Ada here. So that'll be fun to work with some smaller holes and hopefully get, you know, more comfortable with that. As you guys know, I'm still a super beginner cross stitcher, and these are my first projects that I've ever done. So it'll be cool to start on a different count of fabric so that, you know, I'll try something different and hopefully increase my skills. And I will definitely let you guys know how that goes as I start stitching it. So that's it today for the works in progress and my upcoming projects. Last time I unboxed a craft stand so that I can stitch using a hoop that I don't have to hold onto, and I will say that it has made my stitching faster. Right away it was slower because it was kind of hard to get used to, but now I'm feeling pretty comfortable with it, and it's definitely going quicker. I really like it for like the bigger projects that are a little bit harder to, you know, get all the way around, like when you're stitching in hand. And so far I've only really been doing, you know, larger projects. So I think it was a really good investment. I will say that it, you know, it's a cheaper product. It's definitely more of a, you know, entry-level stand. So it is not the best quality ever, but that's probably what you can expect if you're going to spend about $45 on something like this. So I am having to, you know, tighten the screws pretty frequently, but it holds the hoop tight It doesn't wobble too much or anything like that, and it's a really good height for sitting down on a chair or a couch. So I would recommend it. Again, this is the Loops and Threads craft stand that I got at Michael's. I will link it down below in case you're interested, but if you are a beginner like me and just looking for something that can hold your hoop while you're stitching, I would recommend this. I really would, and I'm sure there's really similar products out there for the similar price point. I don't think you have to, dive in deep to a hobby and get all of the expensive things right away. I think it's actually better that you don't. So, everything that I've bought so far has been very, very affordable. I will continue to purchase the more affordable versions of things like the cloth and the thread, because I'm still a beginner, I'm still learning, and I haven't really hit my sweet spot or known like what I'm truly interested in cross stitch. So that's just kind of my approach to new hobbies and crafts. But if you want to dive in right away and get the more expensive linens or the more expensive floss, the variegated floss, go for it, that's great. But to me, I'm just gonna go cheaper until I know exactly what my direction is and what my style is in the cross stitch world, and then I will move on from there. I'd love to hear kind of your guys' thoughts on that as well. So what I really wanted to focus on today was storage. So this is becoming an issue for me because I'm purchasing more and more. I do want to know what storage solutions work for you all. I know you guys saw that I purchased, I purchased this floss organizer in my Michael's haul from my first Flosstube, and I am definitely going to be using this. And then I also got these, what are these? These are little labels of all the DMC threads. And like I said, I'm only using DMC thread right now. So this is going to be great because I can just peel a sticker off and then place it on the plastic floss bobbin so that I know exactly what shade it is and I can organize them that way. And I was really unsure about how I was going to organize it without these stickers, and I just figured I need these stickers before I start going crazy with organizing, because I don't want to have to redo it all again, and I don't want to have floss that I don't know what it is exactly. So I kind of have held off on this until now because this finally came in the mail. So this was super cheap, by the way. So if I need a replacement, sticker because I have, more than one floss bobbin of it or whatever, then I have no problem buying this again. Honestly, I think this was under $3, maybe even under $2. So it's very affordable for organizing and making sure everything is labeled correctly, which is really important to me because I want to make sure that I know what I have, so I'm not purchasing duplicates that I don't need to. So I do want to take you all along with my organizing floss journey, and I have several questions for the best methods that you do it and how to actually do it in a way that makes sense, in a way that works. So let's jump into that.
Okay, so before we do a deep dive into the actual organizing of the floss, I just want to kind of show what my organization is right now for what I have. So I just picked up this cart from Michael's. It is the Lexington 3-tier cart. And then this is the Lexington cart topper, which I love because you can kind of make this an extra workspace, while it's out here. And it makes another surface, which is very, very cool, especially when I'm sewing and quilting. So in this top piece, I just have my works in progress. So I know a lot of people have really cool bags that they're able to store all their projects in, but right now all I have are these Ziploc bags, which I don't love. I am reusing them as much as I can, but I know it's definitely not like the most economical or like environmentally friendly option. So I am looking for bags or, other storage solutions that are more long-term and aren't going to fade so quickly. So if you have suggestions for makers who make bags, let me know. I'm definitely not really interested in making my own, so I would like to purchase and support a small business with that. I see a lot of really, really cute ones, so I love that. And then the second shelf here are just my kind of storage solutions that I have not done anything with. So we saw this earlier, and this, and then the floss bobbins with the ring, and then just some needles here. And then the bottom are cloth that I haven't used yet for upcoming projects, and then floss for upcoming projects, along with some hoops. I was using this really big hoop for my Sew by Row project with the craft stand, and that worked really well. I really enjoyed having my whole project within the middle of the hoop, but it broke, so I actually need to just recycle this one, and I'm just using the smaller hoops for now until I can get a bigger replacement. So this, like I said, is what I'm working with currently for my cross stitch storage. Let me know how you keep things all together, if you have maybe like dresser drawers like that, or what you're really using. But I really recommend this. I think it's working really well, and it works for the amount of items that I have. I could definitely see a time in the future where this is no longer going to hold everything, but it's doing a really good job right now. Okay, so let's jump over to actually getting into the organization of all of this floss here. Okay, so just to show you what I'm starting with, this is all of the embroidery floss that I own. So I do have, some things to think about when I'm trying to organize this. Just to show you what I was originally starting with was this ring along with the plastic bobbins. This looks like this when you purchase it. And I guess when I was looking online, I didn't originally realize that this ring would be so big. I kind of was hoping that the ring would be smaller so that I could just tuck this in with the floss that I needed for the project and then put it in my project bag. So I think I will be wanting to purchase some smaller rings so that I can make that happen. So yeah, this works fine, but it doesn't really help me with storing floss that I'm not currently using on the project that I'm working on. So like this is what I have right now for my Sew by Row by Lori Holt, and it's not great. It's really gets tangly, and it's okay for what I have now, but like this is all the working thread that I have, and it's just kind of a big mess. So I want to get things more organized in that way. So this is the box that I got that came with all of these, and I do have quite a few bobbins right now, so I think I'm just gonna hang on to these and then kind of work from the ones that are on this ring that I already opened. And these are a bit thinner and almost seem, they're definitely different quality than these. These are very thick compared to the DMC ones. Again, these are the Threads and Loops brand by Michaels, and then these are the DMC brand. So I do prefer just the feel of these from starting, but we will see. I'm sure I'm gonna have to break into these at some point, which is totally fine. Before we get too far in, I just wanted to show you all like a couple examples of what I have going on and what I'm thinking for this. So obviously for thread that I'm not currently using, like this, for example, I haven't started this project yet. I am just gonna unbag this and leave it flat. I don't have a storage solution yet for the flat floss, so I don't know. I'm probably just gonna end up putting it in that cart that I showed you earlier, and then hopefully I can get some sort of box or something for storing my unused threads. But for this project, again, this is my vintage yellow flowers project. It was a free DMC pattern, but these are the called for floss. So like I have used all of these, and they aren't to the point where the labels are falling off yet, so I've just kept it like this. Like, do you keep them like this as long as you can until the labels start falling off? Like, I already lost this one somewhere. Or when you start a project, do you unravel all of your threads right away onto these floss bobbins? So like this color, for example, it got to the point where the labels weren't able to stay on the floss anymore without falling off. So what I did was just wrap the rest of it around here. And then this is my work piece that I'm actually working on. So like I have another question about that. So obviously you're gonna pull, I like to use the loop method. So obviously you're gonna pull just one piece off of here, right? And that's gonna be what you're working on with your thread, but then you're still gonna have this working thread left over. What are you doing with this when you're working on your project after? Are you raveling it on here to keep everything tidy, or do you just kind of let this one hang out until you're done with this color and then either keep it like in a big mess like this is here, or do you just, when you're done with the color, ravel it back on here and then put it away? I'm just trying to think of the best ways, and maybe even, you know, the quickest ways, the whatever is going to make it me be able to stitch longer and faster and not spend so much time switching between colors, because like the Sew by Row project by Lori Holt has a ton of different colors, so it has been, that's like honestly the most time consuming part for me. So the next project I have has a lot of different colors as well. So I'm just trying to figure out what works for you. I know these might seem like very, very, I don't know, obvious questions that have obvious answers, but I am not seeing the obvious answer here. So I would love to hear from some of you who are a lot more experienced than me with how you actually are storing these pieces. So what I'm going to do is, for this project, I am going to take the labels off and then ravel all the colors onto these so that this can be a lot more neat. And then this is just gonna have my colors for this project. So then I can throw it in my Ziploc bag, hopefully soon to be project bag, and keep things organized that way. And then, you know, I'm not really gonna be able to like fill this up because I am actually working on I'm working on everything that I have right now. So I don't know why I really pulled this out even, because I'm not really gonna have much to put in here. But once I do, and once I'm like done with some of these works in progress, all the leftover thread can be put in here and be really cute. But I am going to label everything as I am wrapping the thread around the I keep saying thread. Y'all know what I mean when I say thread. I mean floss, of course. I mean floss, but I keep messing up, and just give me some grace, people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I am going to label with these stickers so that I don't get confused and everything can stay great, because I've been so worried about losing these little labels and not knowing what the heck colors I'm working on. I mean, for this one, it's pretty obvious because there's only a handful of colors, but for especially my next project, there's like, it's like 677 and 678 and 679. So they're so close that I'm really worried that I'm going to end up, you know, getting things confused unintentionally, which is not the end of the world, but it's definitely not ideal. I like to keep things tidy and organized. So let's get going with wrapping up this floss. Okay, so someone walk me through, where do you think is the best place to put this here? Like on the top, on this part? I am gonna go with just the top. Well, okay, let's think it through here, Haley. Let's think it through together. So if we're storing the floss bobbins in here, are we storing this way or this way? We're probably storing sideways. So we're gonna store them all the same way. Let's see. I think that we're probably gonna store it this way. So we want the number to be on the top right-hand side. Oh my gosh, you guys see how I just hopefully did that correctly and didn't totally just mess up. But there we go. So DMC 3778 is all good to go. And I'm just gonna store it in here for now so that we can pretend like I'm using this and making it all pretty, even though we know it's just gonna go back on the ring because I'm still working on this project. Okay, next color. Okay, so there is the yellow DMC 677. There we go. And I had some, you know, kind of working floss there, and I'm just raveling it on. I mean, I don't know. Is there a better way? I'm sure there is. I've seen people actually like kind of tie the working floss to the top, which makes a really good idea if you're gonna store it in something like this. Doesn't work so well if you're gonna use a ring, but you know, I am just gonna wrap it around because I am planning on throwing these back on the ring. So let's keep going. Okay, and there is another one. DMC 927. This blue is so pretty. So I'm just gonna throw it in here. This is pretty time consuming. Didn't really realize how time consuming it would be. I'm sure you all are laughing at me, but I wonder if there's any kind of like floss winder things, like, you know how your sewing machine winds the bobbin nice for you. I wonder if anything like that exists for floss and if it's even worth the investment. I mean, this is definitely an easy thing to do, like when you're in front of the television or something like that. But so I don't bore you all, I am gonna continue on doing this. And yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the bobbin storage and if this is the route that you like to go, or if there is something that I haven't thought of yet, or if you have kind of an easier way to do this, I would love to know.
Thanks everyone for joining me today and catching up on my works in progress and talking about all things organization. I would love to hear how you organize your cross stitch projects and your floss and all of your cloth and materials. Let me know if there is something that works really well for you, because I want to hear it and I want to make sure that I stay organized so I can keep good inventory and good track of everything that I'm working on. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please like my video and subscribe. I hope to be posting Flosstubes every other Monday, so stick with me. And if you are also interested in all things quilting and crafting, I hope to do those types of videos on the off week, so I will be following up on that. If you are into quilting, check out my latest video. I am planning on doing a quilty talk series similar to Flosstubes, but I will be talking about my works in progress and everything about quilting. So I am hoping to do those maybe once a month or once every other month, because I am a little bit slower on those projects, so I'm not going to have as much to show as frequently. Thank you all for sticking around, and I will see you next time. Bye.